Hey everybody, this is Workforce Gaming. My name is Doug, along with Brad.
Hey everybody.
And for this video, or podcast listeners, audio section, we will,
That was
we'll,
smooth.
oh yeah, quite. We'll be talking about the Doom 4 beta. I actually didn't get a chance to play the beta this weekend. I was way too busy playing Dark Souls 3 and Ratchet and Clank. But Brad actually got a chance to play the Doom 4 beta, and I was pretty excited about Doom. The last podcast or a few videos ago, we were talking about how we were kind of excited. We were pretty excited for Doom because I needed a new shooter, and you just like Doom. And we talked about Wolfenstein and how it had those like kind of classic feeling. And you were also saying on the last podcast that you were looking for a game that's kind of like Unreal Tournament, where like you just pick up your weapons and you go and you shoot, and it's very arcadey. And so with that, because I really don't know, we haven't talked about this at all, so I really have no idea what you're gonna say. So with that sort of like prehistory, well, you play the Doom beta, so are you? What's your thoughts now?
I am conflicted.
Well, conflicted's good. Conflicted means that you have good and bad. So,
Yeah, very much. I don't know. This is a very interesting beta because I went in kind of down. We talked about this, I don't remember, I think a week ago, about how there were loadouts and all that kind of stuff. And I was a little down on it because I'm just sick of those style games. And I think we should
yeah.
also preface this with, at this point in our lives, neither one of us are big, like, all in on the multiplayer shooter genre at all.
Oh no, not even
Um,
close. No, no, no.
yeah, that time's kind of come and gone for both of us, I think. But
Hmm.
I was kind of hoping this was going to be one of those ones that would get me back into it a little bit, which I don't know. After playing it for, I think I got up to level 8. I think the beta goes to level 10. I probably put in 3 or 4 hours.
Wait, what do you mean level 8, level 10?
You get levels.
What? Why? So that's true.
Like,
So that was true. Like there's is there like load? Oh, sorry. Continue. Just
yeah,
keep
yeah. So,
going.
so you
Okay.
get like your three basic loadouts. Like you get to level 2, and you can get a custom loadout. And then as you go through, like each level, you unlock more guns and more stuff to whatever.
Oh God.
So yeah, so it's one of those, which I don't know. That's the part that I don't like, and I still don't like that. But the thing with this is there's enough of that classic arena shooter stuff in there that makes it feel like what I want. So there's a couple different like power ups and things like that on the map. So there's still like you can pick up quad damage. You can pick up haste and make yourself run faster. You can have all these like power ups and stuff around the map that do help, but I don't know. There's just something about picking a loadout that I just don't like, and I don't know why.
The one thing that is good with loadouts, I think, especially with controllers, is like when you're playing on a PC, you can scroll through your guns really quick, or you can go digital. You can get your access to your weapons pretty quickly. So I think that's kind of where the loadouts kind of came from, is because you only have like two or three weapons, and it's really easy to swap between those, know exactly what you're
Well, but
doing.
I understand that, but like with Halo, it was always just you can only have two weapons. So if you're gonna pick one up, drop one of the other two, and then you just switch
Oh,
back
okay.
and forth between those two. And every time you spawn, you start with the battle rifle or assault rifle or whatever it was, depending on your version of Halo. But and that's the thing with this. There's enough about it that makes me remember like old school arena shooters, like Quake and all those other ones. Quake was the one I played the most of, but an Unreal Tournament, obviously. But
Mhm.
there's enough of that to make it feel like that, but not quite enough to be fully that. It feels very much like they tried to go, okay, we know Doom has not really been a thing for like what 13 years now, something like that,
Oh
give or take.
shit.
It would have been early 2000s. Would have been Doom 3, right?
Well, no, it was like
I want to say like
2004, 2000,
2002.
yeah, 2004, 2003 ish was Doom 3, and then they had some
Okay,
expansion packs after that, but those don't really matter.
yeah, but it very much felt like it was okay. We're gonna try and get those people who played Doom like between 10 and 20 years ago,
Mhm.
and we're going to try and get them in with the people who are playing shooters now, because it is a very good hybrid of that Unreal Tournament feeling with the current state of Call of Duty style multiplayer.
So does it play like an arena shooter, and it's just sort of like I'm going to call it the back end stuff, and by back end stuff I mean whenever you think of back end with like referring to RPGs or just any genre, I'm thinking like anytime you're in a menu. So is the menu stuff basically that's where it's kind of like the new shooter with the levels and stuff like that. But when you're actually like the
Yeah.
active playing in the game, is that very similar to Unreal Tournament and
I was the back end stuff is all Call of Duty. It's
Mhm.
you've got your bar to fill. You want to get so many points. So when you get so many points, that gives you up a level, which gets you a new gun or gets you a new I don't perk or whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called in this. But when you get in the game, it's quicker than those. It's very similarly paced, I'd say, to like a Halo game, pace wise in terms of movement speed and movement around the map. It's
That's
very
pretty
similar to one
slow
of
though
those.
for a Doom. Like if I'm thinking
Yeah,
like do like playing Doom original Dooms, like those games are quick and
yeah,
really snappy.
it is nowhere near that snappy. It's a good middle ground between like where the modern ones are and that. And I still want more of that snappiness. Like that's the thing I miss is just just the fast paced, constant go 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 go.
Yeah.
And this still doesn't quite have that, which is a little disappointing. But I do like the power ups, the pickups. There are only 2 maps in this. I mean, it's a beta, so you can't really expect too much more than that. I don't remember how many the game ships with, but there were 2. There was one was a kind of industrial complex looking thing,
Hmm.
and then the other one was a like demonic cave kind of looking thing with fire and pentagrams and blood all over.
Very
So
Doom like.
yeah, yep. It looks like Doom. In my mind, it feels like Doom, but it's just I don't know. Just it's not quite what I want. You know that feeling where it's like this is good, and I don't really have an issue with this, but I don't know if this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to sink hours and hours and hours into. It did make me very excited for the single player
That's
though.
what, actually that was going to be my next question because I mean like because we don't really sink a lot of time into multiplayer anyway. And I think kind of my thought and maybe your thought, you can correct me if I'm wrong, was like this might be a quicker purchase if the multiplayer is also good, but right now I'm just looking at the single player and that's kind of what I want to play.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was before the beta was. I know I want to play the single player. The multiplayer, if it's that good classic Unreal Tournament style and feel, then I'll be all over it. But I mean, it's one of those things where after 3 or 4 hours, like I couldn't tell if it was I not feeling the gameplay? Was I sick of the same 2 maps over and over again? Was I sick of the basically just team deathmatch and a control point gameplay? I couldn't
Hmm.
really tell what I was sick of. It was just kind of like, okay, I'm kind of done with this, and it's been 3 or 4 hours. So I don't know. It's for sure one that when I pick this up to play the single player, because I'm going to be getting this to play the single player for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, is it going to be that time sink that I used to be able to get into with Halo games? Because this was the game where I was looking at going like that game to me seems designed for somebody like me who liked those more old school style shooters versus the Call of Duty battlefields of today.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird to run with Doom multiplayer. I know Doom multiplayer was pretty big, but like it was big before us. Like
Yeah, for
before we
sure.
got into game, like this was like the first big like LAN game ever kind of thing. So this is like big like in like the mid '90s, early '90s sort of thing, like when there's actually Doom multiplayer. But I don't think that when people like go back to play Doom and like people I don't know our age and younger, like when they go back to play Doom, they're not playing multiplayer. They're not landing Doom with their friends and things like that. They're playing the single player experience.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's a beta, so it makes sense. But I feel like that's kind of like the weird first impression of Doom. To me, wouldn't be the multiplayer. It should be like the single player because that's what people know Doom. People know Doom more as that single player running around shooting Pinky the demon and shooting those Firefly
Yep.
demons and the oh god, what the barons and all that other stuff. So I think it's kind of weird. It's like trying to get like you're saying, it's like you're trying to get an impression of the single player game from the multiplayer. So I guess if we're going down that road of trying to get an impression of the single player, so I guess like the feel of the game you were kind of on board with was like the art kind of cool. I mean, I'm always big on art and environments and stuff like that. Did it like look like Doom? Did it feel
Um,
like Doom?
I'd say it did. Like I said, there's only 2 maps, and the one is basically just kind of this industrial thing where you're just running on like metal floors on different levels. The other one was very cave-ish, and you're basically just space marines, so that's all you are. Is it's just different guys in different color suits.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
there's not a whole lot of art asset in this. The one thing that is cool, artistic wise, is one of the power ups and it spawns. I don't know what the timing is on it exactly. I couldn't get that down exactly. There's a demon power up that turns you into a demon,
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
and you basically just get like a jetpack and a giant rocket launcher that like one hit kills everybody. That I was all on board with. That is exactly the type of crap I want in a game like this. It feels like when you were playing those old games and you got to whatever game and whatever weapon had that singular weapon in the middle of the map, and you pick that up, you get like 4 insta kills.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It felt very much like that, which I loved because it was like as soon as it say I don't remember what it was called. It was like demonic upgrade or whatever spawning in 10 seconds, and
Yeah,
it put
yeah.
like a little marker on there, and it was just that old school, like what I remember is okay, we know we're playing on this level, the rocket launcher spawns here. I want to beat everybody else to the rocket launcher, so I know I get those 4 kills.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's still okay. That's kind of cool. I feel like this like hybrid thing could be kind of neat. I'm just curious if it's gonna pan out because I feel like with us, we're gonna be more I don't know what the word is. We're gonna be more hesitant, I guess, with the Call of
Yeah.
Duty stuff, and then the Call of Duty players gonna be like, "What's this old school kind of like
Why is
insta
this so?
kill super weapon
Yeah.
thing?" Especially like Call of Duty and Battlefield, which are all like push back. Like those games are balanced, like balance, like where every weapon is kind of like very similar depending on how you play it. Like if you're good at
Yeah.
that weapon, then you're gonna be good at that game. While like the super weapon thing kind of went by the wayside for a long time.
Which I miss. I love the super weapons.
I
I
think
love
yeah,
that. Like,
I just don't think super weapons do really well when like there's actually money on the line for like competitions and stuff like that.
yeah, but again, yeah, and we're neither of us are esports people either.
No.
So to me, like just running in and going like, oh shit, that guy's got a flat cannon. I'm stuck with my shock rifle. Damn it. Okay, well, I guess I died here. All right, let's start again in a second. Like I love that. And then
Yeah.
like when you see the guy with the rocket launcher and you're like, crap, I have my assault rifle, and you kill the guy with the rocket launcher with an assault rifle, you're like, hell yeah, that was awesome. That guy had a rocket launcher, I just killed him. Whereas now
Yeah.
it's like that guy has an M16 and I have an AR-12 or whatever the gun numbers are, and I killed him. Great.
Yeah, it's like we were equally matched. That's kind of like unbalanced fighters sometimes. So I think unbalanced fighting games can be really fun when you're playing like a crappy character and you beat somebody who's like a generally good character. Like old Super Smash Brother games are horribly balanced, but it's really fun like beating someone with a crappy character or just
For
dominating with
sure.
a stronger character and stuff like that. So I don't know. So you're still excited about the Doom single player at least, you're still considering picking this up.
Yeah, for sure. The Doom single player I think is going to be great because I mean, it's an id game. The shooting is set really well. It's paced out at a pace that I feel like for single player is going to work really well. It feels like all the weapons are exactly what I want them to be. Everything plays the way I want it to be. It's just that couple tweaks that make it a more modern shooter that I don't want because I'm not into modern shooters. So it's more I think it's almost more of a personal thing more so than a like we talk a lot about how a game may not be for me. This
Yeah.
is one of those games where it's like I'm hoping it was for me, and it
Mhm.
still might be because there's enough there that I'm curious in terms of the multiplayer. The single player I know is for me. The single player I'm gonna love, but in terms of the
Yeah.
multiplayer, it's just like there's parts that I think are designed to try and get me hooked in it, and then there's parts that I'm looking at going like that's a deal breaker.
That's not for you. That's for 12-year-olds or not 12-year-olds. Just people. That sounded really mean. But I'm just
That
saying like
sounded really dismissive.
people who like grew up on Xbox Live and like more modern shooters. I guess more modern multiplayer shooters.
Yeah, for sure,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was a good time. I put 3 or 4 hours into it. The map layouts were fairly well done. No issue connectivity wise, no lag issues, none of that stuff. Everything seemed to match out well. The game modes, it was a straight team deathmatch. The one thing that was kind of cool is their control point game. In here, I think it was called, I don't know if it was Warzone or Capture. I don't remember what the
Yeah,
name
yeah.
of it was, but so most of the time those are kind of the traditional like here's the spot, everybody go to the spot, kill everybody. Maybe the spot moves every 3 minutes or something.
Hmm.
This one just tracked around the whole map. So like you capture the zone and then the capture zone just kind of tracks around the map slowly.
Oh, that's kind of
So
cool.
it's like constantly moving. So you could never really get that, which I think always ends up being the problem in that game where you get like the three people just like camping behind a wall shooting at people as they come in.
Yeah.
This one, if you stopped for a second, if you gave it maybe 20 seconds, it was you're already outside of the zone because it's just
Oh,
slowly like moving down these paths around.
that's pretty. Okay, that actually does sound kind of cool.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of an interesting take on that I don't feel like anybody's done lately. So
Mhm. All right, so I mean, I guess like how you started this, you have some mixed opinions on, it, which I think is good. I think it's better if like you just absolutely love the thing and then you're automatically yeah, we're gonna buy it. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited again. Like I'm excited for the single player. I'm hoping the single player is good. I'll be really disappointed if this comes out and, like they feel like single player campaign's garbage. Like that would make me very
yeah,
sad. Um,
it's 6 hours long and you can run through it in about 6 hours and there's no difficulty and there's 4 bosses.
I would be okay with a quick. I would actually be okay with a quicker Doom. But yeah, I mean they're definitely hanging their hat on like this being they're actually saying it's a pretty long single player. So I'm kind of excited. This is Workforce Gaming. If you liked what you heard, you can always follow us on YouTube. You can also follow us on iTunes. We also have a Twitter. We will tweet at you, and if you tweet us, we'll tweet you back. Our Twitter is at Workforce Gaming. See you guys next week.
Bye.